Oh, okay then. Let us catch up with what was going on. Now, as I recall, we have finished one of the, well, quote-unquote gatehouses. It's not really a gatehouse because there's no gate. It's literally just a place from whence I could shoot out, and I guess things could shoot in as well. But there's no aperture here. This is not the way in as such. The way in will be underneath, if indeed we make a way in over there. We've got some farms. We've got a herbalist hut that I'm actually reasonably happy with. It's the only craft building that we've made so far. It's a nice little building. Got a lot of herbs outside. Got some various stockpiles out and about. Now, this was what we were working on at the very end of the last room, and it isn't even finished yet. We've got a little trader hall there, and we have, as well, a spot for a cook. And, a cook. A mason and the mason's house over here. So this one needs to be fleshed out properly, but so far things are looking okay. Now, as for this, once again, much like the other one, it's just a wall, no gate, but we can go in there. We can possibly shoot out as well. But this is the way into the fort at present. You must come down these stairs, move through this corridor, and then you exit into a defense hall. These areas here are for me to erect defensive turrets on. And then, assuming you get past them, you come out and you head on up. I might actually expand this a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. I think we could definitely do that. By taking this back one level, maybe even two. But we'll have a look at that in more. But that's the current way into the fort there. Everything else is relatively safe. Now, enemies will be able to attack this door, but it is a reinforced stone door, so it has a lot of health. We want to get to the point that we've got a blacksmith, and then beyond that, we want to have an engineer so that we can build turrets. That's where we're at right now. By the way, I missed last stream, so thank you for the update. You're more than welcome, Hammersfood. When you have apertures, you run the risk of running into GLaDOS. That's fine. That's fine. We would actually run quite a lot of risks having these apertures. That's why they're 2 tiles up, so that there's less sciencing going on. GLaDOS isn't interested if your apertures aren't on ground level. True facts. There we go. We've got a couple of pear tree saplings now that I can plonk down somewhere. I wouldn't mind having some pears. I certainly wouldn't mind having some pears. Maybe one there. One here as well. Yeah, I think that would be lovely. We can hopefully get some more pears growing in these. Got some berry bushes as well. Our herbalist is doing a good job, generally speaking. We've got chives. Nightshade there, nightshade here. I would like to get chives in there, I think. Green and purple aromatic, whereas this is purple bitter. That being said, there's a good number of herbs that we're going to want from that eventually. We need to do a lot of work, though. We are going to probably flesh out the mason's home a little bit more. Maybe flesh out the herbalist's home just a tad more. But the next building, and it's going to be a building rather than something dug into the wall, let's have a look. Currently, we've got a chef. So making an eatery, I guess. Maybe we could make a eatery on the water, maybe somewhere over here that would include the chef's home, and actually have perhaps an outdoor and a sheltered area for the hearthlings to go and have their grub. I think that would be awesome. Fiddlies, thank you very much for the gifts up there. I hope I said your name correctly. I have got a funny feeling that I probably didn't, but I tried. So hopefully that's worth a couple of points. But okay, right, so the first two tasks before we get to the big task of building a new area are, in order, sorting out this stairway. So let's begin with that. Oops, that was wrong. I'm going to want that all the way down. Whop. Bring this all the way back, like so. Then we're going to want to take that down on each side. And then this down on this side, I guess. Yeah, we're going to want to do that on there. And then finally, take these back as well. Right, let's resume mining. We've got a lot of different sections that we've got to tell them to resume mining on individually here, which is a bit of a potch, but it's fine. Let's get that one done, get that one done, and finally get that one done. And there we go. We should be able to have that much more centralized, and it's going to look so much better. Okay, well let's unpause and allow our hearthlings to get to work. Most of our halflings are in reasonable spirits. No one's unhappy, which is the big thing for me right now. Our Orin and T, you know what? You can do a little bit of everything. We've got enough general peeps here that we're sorted. Zankiri is on his way to level 5 as a trapper. Alcorp on the way to level 3 as a farmer. Isham on the way to level 5 as a mason. Moose Moose, max level herbalist. Slitty Troves on their way to level 6 as a cook. And Demi of Derp on their way to level 4 as an archer, which is actually quite nice. Blind Witch, not sure where we're going to see you end up, but Flying Lima Beans is going to have to become a blacksmith to become an engineer. Haystacks and Blind Witch. I'd say that Haystacks is... Well, Blind Witch is the better fighter. This just means they're courageous and they won't back down from a fight. Well, Hothead means they won't back down. Courageous just means they're more likely to keep fighting. Even if that isn't their job as such. Omega Dracon, thank you very much for the 18 months. Wow, 18 months already. I know, right? Time flies. Hey, my wife's biggest fan. Don't worry about it, mate. We only really just got started, so you're fine. You're fine for now. There we are. We've got some more pear saplings going down. Eventually, I'm going to want to switch those out to like a couple of the other trees. We've got a herbalist's bone staff. We've got a blacksmith's hammer all ready. So I think we're probably going to want to get onto that soon. Rotten venison. That's a shame. Do we have any food that we can get cooked? Let's have a look. Are there any? Yes, there are. Let's get both of these cooked. Let's get 2 of those cooked. And all 3 of these cooked. There we go. Let's try not to waste any food, peeps. I love the way that these turn on, like, slowly. They don't all come on at once. And I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Now, one of the things I would love to do in here is to get some supply bins and walls. So let's get that going. Stonework supply table. Stone finished work shelf. Temporary storage for freshly crafted items. Versatile container for any resource to help keep crafters supplied. We'll get a stonework corner supply rack, I think. Let's get one of those. And similarly, these really. I quite like having those in combination. We'll have the corner section there, a lower section and an upper section, probably some supply racks around the side. But this will just be for stone on this wall. Maybe though I'll have 1 or 2 perhaps set up more for items like bone. Maybe have bones on the shelf, perhaps. In fact, you know what? Go on from that and make me another one and then another as well. That'll be very, very useful. Right, let's have a look. Can I place this down? Should be able to. Yep. I'll pop that in there. We'll just set these up to hold stones so that our mason doesn't have to go out as far to collect items. That should work quite well. Right, how are our chests doing? Have a look. They are relatively full. Not all of them, but they are getting full. So we're going to want to start moving some more items into them. Like right now, really. Let's go ahead and set these up. We've also got the wagon that we haven't pulled down. There's no reason to pull it down just yet, so I'm happy to keep it there. Right, do we have doors ready? Oh, did we need doors down here? We might have, actually. Yes, we did. We needed at least one there. So let's go ahead and pop that in. There we go. That's looking much better now. Much better now it's properly centralized. I like it. Right, this we want to set up for resources. We want it to be any stone. Like a feldspar, hunk of marble. Got mounds of bone clay. I mostly want it to be any kind of stone, really. Oh, colony of rabbits are on their way to try and eat my stuff. They won't get there. It's just straight up they won't be able to, so that's fine. This is a mason's pedestal, workbench, and a bone carving studio. I almost feel like I can move that across a little bit, actually. Let's try that. Yeah, and then I want to move this one across as well. Just so it looks a little bit more intentioned there. Right, we haven't yet finished the rest of the work that we want to do. That's fine. Where are those bunnies? They can't get to us, so they're not of a concern to us at all. Now, as for getting up here... Ah, yes, that's where the other door we wanted. This is our way up, and they can get up. The second level is completely open to access of the fort, but the way they get there is through here. This is actually one of the second things we built. It is a walkway. It's a little tunnel all the way up. Got spots for some windows as well, and then out top, a little doorway. We'll have some a nice big kind of bonfire, kind of hearth set up over here as well. It'll look lovely. But we're going to need another 4 windows yet. But before then, I'm going to want some lamps to put on the outside. I'm also kind of tempted, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of tempted to get some banners. I think the banners would look amazing. Just streaming down there. But the windows is the first step. So let's also add those into the list of things to do. And I want them to be tall windows. Now, they're going to be able to climb out of these tall windows, but in this instance, I don't actually mind. Now, what are we waiting on? Bundle of any fiber. We're probably going to need our farmer to get to a point where they're able to grow cotton. Oh, actually, no, I think they are. I think they may be. Yes, fantastic. So we've got lots of cotton, so that's going to give us everything we need. All right, so we've got a couple of tasks ahead of us. We've got a couple of good tasks ahead of us. I can now also farm berry bushes as well. And we may set that up in a bit, but right now I've got these ones, and my herbalist is taking care of those, and that's bringing in enough, I think. If we set up a berry farm, it's going to take ages, and we're going to end up with so much gubbins. But so far, we're doing okay. Aavak, would you consider sinking a ladder down to below the entrance wall to give us space where people could shoot out into the entrance corridor? Or would that not work? How do you mean consider sinking a ladder down below the entrance wall? Below the entrance wall. So... Oh, wait. I think I might understand what you mean. Let's pause this for a second, just so I can get an idea. So, are you thinking to suggest having a ladder go... see, the problem is, this is now a building. I'd have to strip this building down and rebuild it to make this. But, we could dig into the mountain on this side. That's one of the reasons why I do this way. That wall is not part of the building, so I can actually dig into it and make it a door if I want to. But are you suggesting that what we do is we, from this point, have a way down, maybe windows all along this wall, this corridor, where I could have archers in these rooms shooting out at intruders? Is that what you're suggesting, Sweet Orange Bunny? Also, hello, Dr. Eving Mum. And thank you very much, Happy for Days, for the Prime sub. You only have one of those to use, and you decided to use it here. And I'm incredibly thankful for that. That is what I was suggesting. Yeah, we could totally do that. An extra bit of damage output. Absolutely. We can totally make that happen, yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't actually be difficult at all. That would not be difficult at all. In fact, with something like that... Oh, now then. We could even have some sort of access hatch back here around to the other side and have 2 additional turrets way up shooting down like that. Now, these wouldn't engage anyone just at the door, but anyone trying to get through that door would be under constant attack from those turrets. I'm liking this idea. I am liking it a lot. We could even have this hallway littered with traps as well to slow them down. That's something that we'll get to, though. I think for now, I'm not going to get too sidetracked by that job because we don't even have a place for our cook yet. But that is definitely something we can do. That is absolutely something we can do. Just remind me about that one. Right. Let's continue things along. I never know if Aavak's hand for designing things is inspired or... is inspiring or de-spiring because my stuff never looks a tenth as good. Oh, don't say that. Don't ever look at what someone else does and hold yourself in comparison to them. Enjoy things that other people do that's nice, and be inspired by it. But don't ever look at something someone else does and think, I can't do as good, so I'm just gonna not try or anything like that. It's not a race. It's not a contest. Unless it is. I mean, you know, if it's a contest, I guess there's different rules for engagement. But this is not in any way a race. I'm going to tell these storages to store everything. They shouldn't be priority storages, so it should be fine. Right, what we got? We're quite a ways off our net worth, though probably not too far from it. Right. This should be set up to contain stone. The thing is, we don't have much. So, sadly. What we can do, though, is add in these either side. Oh, and another one as well. Yeah, I think we will. I absolutely think we will. We're going to pop in one final one as well. But we need more stone, sadly. Darth Raptor, thank you very much for the subscription. And Glitter Student, thank you so much for the gift as well. That's incredibly kind. Diolch yn fawr. Liquid, not entirely convinced that would work. Enemies won't stop at the windows long enough to line up a shot. That's why I was saying that we would use bear traps. Things that stop them. And I will generally have a group of archers. One archer will have spiked arrows, one archer will have flaming arrows. And that way, you slow them down and you set them on fire. Because, you know, are you even trying to do archery if you're not setting things on fire? Aloy would be ashamed. How can a whistlebush not set people on fire? However, what about an eatery around the hearth and the banner? It might also increase the defense of both. Well, the way I was going to do the eateries, we were going to have it over here. We can absolutely move the banner in there, but I'd rather have the banner have its own bespoke area. Some sort of tower, or maybe even a recess in the ground. A nice big open area, but really something else. You know, not this also happens to share this room. I don't want the hearth to share a room. I want the hearth to have its own room. That's my desire anyway. All right, how are we doing over here? Let's have a look. We're not up to making the metal cauldron because we don't have any metal. We are, however, hopefully we will be making these as and when we have the means to. We do have enough clay. We just don't have enough aromatic green herbs. Any green herbs there? We've got loads of those potions, that's fine. I could pop down a couple more of these big planters here. The water planter might be a nice one if we can get into the lake and get some of the algae and the likes. And yeah, that might be well worth it. Also, we definitely want to start doing some fishing as well, if we can. But for the time being, I think it's time for us now to have a look at setting up an eatery. So we're going to pause it, and it's going to take me a while, and I do apologize for that, but you know, it is going to be what we're doing. Right, now for the eatery, I like having buildings up on like a raised platform. It does take a bit more work to do, but it's nice to have. However, for the eatery, I want something a little bit more special, I think. I can't quite decide how we're going to do it. I'm thinking have an area out back that is to overlook the water's edge. Maybe have fence around it. Maybe only going up part of the way, and you can actually just look out. Maybe not completely fenced. I don't know yet. We could have a nice long area out here, an outside eatery. We'd have an inside, a sheltered eatery. The rest of it would then be the kitchen and the bedroom of the chef, the cook. I think that would be good. Eventually, we'd probably want 2 chefs, so I might want to consider that we would need, well, not so much need, expansion opportunities. I could always dig down underneath and build a second, like the master chef has the bedroom right next to the kitchen, but then outside there's like a kind of a little stairway down and two much smaller, humbler rooms for the chef's apprentices. I like that. I do like that, actually. Okay, let's get in here. So what are we doing? We want a new building. New building. Right, this shall be how do you spell diner? Because diner and dinner, is dinner, because dinner and diner. Dine would be that, and I'm not sure. Is that it? Yeah, diner. Okay, good. Diner Hut is only one end. Yeah. That being said, that doesn't have the quite the sort of grandeur that I'm looking for. It could be the food hall. Yeah, I think food hall is a bit of a better one. Right. Okay. So, oh, no, that's not right. Hall. There we go. So we're going to want an area outside and an eatery. Let's focus on first. Let's get down the chef's room. Now, I'm thinking not going with. See, stone is a commodity right now. We need to build an actual mine somewhere, and we'll get to that. I could build it out of wood, but I'm thinking the eatery will be wood, but the actual kitchen and the cook's house, that'll be stone. We are going to go with that. So first and foremost, the floor will be made. Well, I want the floor to be wooden regardless. We'll go with that. The walls, however, So yeah, I'm tempted to use clay because I actually like the way the clay looks, but we'll use this for now. Columns-wise, we'll go with tuna. Okay. Now, I want this to be a nice shape, obviously. We'll have maybe a little garden out back. Maybe for some of the specific herbs that the chef would use. Maybe just for some berry bushes or something. Because the chef will actually make plants. We'll actually tend farms and such. Right, so we want this to be about... thinking about... yay big. Let's bring that out just a little bit. And within this, I want another room. Oh, really? It gets rid of the whole thing? That's vexing. There we go. Right, so we want a bedroom. And we want a kitchen. This will be the kitchen, I'm thinking. The whole room needs to be sunk down, though. Same with this one. And this will be the bedroom. I was thinking about having the bedroom looking out. You know what? I still kind of feel that the bedroom should be looking out. So we're going to make this side the bedroom. We'll have the door into the bedroom there. Have the bed over here. Maybe some nice furnishings. So to that end, we're going to move both of these along a little bit. There we go. And we'll expand this out just a little bit more. This will be a little private garden over here. I think that'll be lovely. We'll have a little door that goes out there. And to that end, maybe what we should do is drop a break in this wall. Yeah, drop a break there. We're going to stretch this out. Just large enough for us to have a door. Right by there. Yeah, I think that is coming together really well. I am going to have to move this whole thing back a little bit more, though, to make room for it. And slide that across. Okay, so we'll have either have the door here, and then the door there, and then the bed along there. And I think that works a little bit better. Actually, you know what? I'm fine with having the little garden. Just a little wall there. Maybe we wouldn't have any berry bushes there. We'd have them all along here, or maybe even just like built out a little bit. In fact, we could easily do that by having this the garden then, because we do want a large kitchen. The garden will be this. It's a bit of an odd shape. Gives us some room for some windows, perhaps above the bed. Some nice smelling flowers outside. So it's of a warm evening. You know, you got a lovely smell. Well, actually, you're not going to have warm evenings up here. So of a less chilly evening, you'll smell some the aroma of some flowers and herbs coming through the window. Probably plant some herbs specifically for their calming effect, so it can have a nice night's sleep. And then down here, maybe a couple of berry bushes, maybe even some fish ponds, some fish traps or something like that over there. And then here we'll have a fence connecting. Now that is in place, we now want a room that is going to be made of wood. Let's go with... is that bistry? I'm not sure. But we'll have a different colour of this one. Punja cocoa brown and clinker and tobacco. As for the wall, we'll go with... honestly, maybe go with naphtha for this one. Now, this one is actually on the ground rather than risen up. And there is a reason for that. It's because I want to sink a fire pit inside. So... I may have... Yeah, I'm going to have to carefully adjust this one. We're going to want this one to be a fairly large structure. About this big, I'm thinking. Something like that. Going to want to sink it down. And we're going to want the slider across. I want the stone wall to take precedence, though, which is the issue. That being said, I could just get rid of that wall entirely. Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of that wall entirely. So, whomp. Like so. There we go. That works, and we can even have like a serving window here. Oh, I think it's going to be amazing. Aavak, what do you think of an indoor garden or a farm? An indoor farm seems a stretch, but an indoor garden, yeah, absolutely. We've kind of got a little bit of that over there. You can't see it because I'm in building mode, but we do have something along those lines. And outside, then, we're going to want roads. Not technically roads, really, but let's go with something. Yeah, we want some stone out here. Something like that, I'm thinking. All the way down. This. We are then going to paint this. Because we don't specifically want that to be... Well, actually that said, no, we are building right up onto the edge, so that's fine. We will want doors in here, maybe even expansive arches. So it's not so much doors leading out there as anything else. But we are going to want to add in the door here. So we're going to want a 3x4. That'll be the door out to the garden. 3x4 there, door into the bedroom. I'll pop the windows in place as necessary, but over here we're going to want a door, probably there, and maybe even 2 of these serving windows. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We will have serving windows there. So those will be these kinds of windows. Longer. Now, I can't place them because right now it wants a wall to sink the window into. So maybe, you know what? Usually I don't do this because it can mess with things a little bit, but sure, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually put the doors and the windows into place to start with. So this won't be finished until all of the basic furnishings like these are done. But that's fine. I think we can live with that. So 1, 2. So you can imagine people walking up there and being served. That obviously won't actually be happening, but it's fine. We'll have, I think, 2 taller windows. How tall are beds? Will I even be able to see how tall beds are? You know what? I might be able to just place a bed and just to see whether there'll be enough clearance. So if we had a bed there, yeah, it's only 2 tall. How about the fanciest beds that we can make? Yeah, only 2 tall. What about the bone beds? Are there actually bone beds? There are not, but there should be marble beds. Are there marble beds? There are not marble beds. Wow, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, we'll have windows like this. That'll be lovely. And then a window over here as well. Just looking out. We won't allow windows for the from the eatery, the actual eating area, into the kitchen, nor a window there, because you know these areas out here are going to be private to the kitchen, so that'll be nicer. Perhaps some lower down windows here and there. I want to leave ample room for the kitchen tables and stuff like that. Actually, let's put these ones on this wall instead. These ones can be regular windows over here. And again, by regular, I generally mean these types. So I'm quite fond of the tall windows. But once again, do be aware, you need to build them 2 up, otherwise people will use them as a way in and out. If they're down, a halfling is 2x3. They can walk through these windows. By the way, most goblins are 2x3 as well. So they also can walk through those windows. Alright, let's have a look at some of the back seats here. Liquid, add a room to it for a brewer, making it a full-fledged pub tavern. No. I like the idea. However, and the thing with this is that the brewing can be done in here. Now, there's a functional reason, and then there's a flowery me reason for this. whilst there is a tradition of pub food in Britain, having a large, expansive, like, dining sets all over the place, that isn't as common in oldie worldy pubs. That's much more common in modern pubs. Oldie worldy pubs did have tables, and you could get victuals brought to them, and they would often have like a cook area to it. However, I want to control where people go for their meals and their drinks. This area is going to include storage for the sorts of meals people eat at dinner, and maybe breakfast as well, I guess, here. But it will only have the drinks that are consumed at breakfast. So juices, waters, and lights. We're going to build a pub for the drinks that they consume in the evening, which are more alcoholic. We will build an actual pub for that. They'll go to a different place of an evening to drink, because they do have preferences. There are certain meals they'll prefer to eat as a dinner meal, and certain meals they'll prefer to eat as a breakfast meal, and by the same token, there are certain drinks that they'll prefer to drink as a morning beverage, as a wake-up drink, and certain drinks that they'll like to drink as an evening beverage, you know, winding down after the day of work. And for that, I want a tavern, like an actual tavern setup. You know, that'll probably be built into the mountain, probably higher up. But this is more of a this is where you go to get your dinner and your breakfast sort of thing. We'll probably have some victuals in the tavern, but not the sort, you know, that's more your tea time foods, not your hearty breakfast and dinner. That's the way that I intend to build it out for now. Do let me know what you think about that though in chat. But that's my reasoning for not building a separate, like, you know, proper tavern with like counters and stuff. Not building that in here. There will be room for a brewery here though. There will be room for a brewery, and that is going to be part of this area. But most of the brewing will probably be done down here and then shifted around. I will probably have a little kitchen and a little brewery area for the tavern as well, but this is going to be the big one. We're probably going to end up with multiple cooks. It's just the way it's going to go. Where will the guest rooms be? Haven't decided yet. We will have guest rooms, of course, but still haven't decided on that one just. Right, okay. I want to do something over here. Let's decide. We want windows, and we want quite a lot of light coming into this building. However, don't necessarily want it just this shape. We're going to have a door just sunk back a little bit, I think. And we're going to want it to be a nice big door if we can... Ah, damn it, we can't. Okay, well, that's fine. We could either have a regular door. Yeah, a regular door flanked with lanterns. I was tempted to put just an arch in there, but I've decided against that idea. However, out here, it's going to just be arches. Let's make them nice and wide arches, though. Something like this. And that's 1, 2, that's 6. Okay, we don't quite have the right shape for this, unfortunately. But that's fine. This doesn't need to be exactly the same. Either that, or I can have this as windows. And yeah, actually, making this a spot for windows is kind of nice, I think. We can have a lantern there then. Yeah, okay. This is looking nice. Again, outside here is going to be a fence. Currently, my options for fences are just purely stone fences, and they're not as nice. I could make a fence, I guess. Or I can just suck it up and just do this properly. I guess we're going to go for the latter. And down here we'll do the same. Now, actually, you know what? We're not gonna include the fence work as part of this design, because this opens it up as a possibility for me. Once I've got a potter, I really like the fences that you can make with clay more. So we'll probably make the fence out of clay when we get the chance. By building this as is, I can put down a temporary fence out of stone, and then I can pull that away later on without having to demolish the entire building to do it. I think that's probably a better way of doing that one. But we did want a nice big hearth fire in here. Now I need to check on the sizes of those. Where are you? Hearth fires. There's kibble bowls. That's not what I'm looking for. There are fire pits you can have. I can't remember if they're 2x2 or 3x3. I think you can get one that is 3x3. I think this one is a 3x3, for example. So we can plan around that, shall we? I think we should. And so to that end, let's make a nice big gap here. Something like that. We'll have tables alongside, tables along this side. And this will be dug down to create a nice... It's gonna require me building a road on several layers to create this effect. And that's a pain in the bum, to be certain. But I think it'll be good. Actually, let me make that a little bit narrower. Like that. This will allow us to have a... And that's the problem is it's now even. Actually, we could possibly even take it all the way back here. And have stairs down here on this side, 3x3. Because I'm only going to take it down like 2 levels, maybe. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm not going to build this yet. I'm going to dig this out first. Because then I should be able to build this properly and have a like a little wall down there. Either that, or because I'm only thinking about taking it down 2 levels. We can have 2 bits of steps down here, build those in, and then expand out from there. But what we can do for the time being is, instead of finalizing this building, just getting that resume mining, then going back into the building to see, is that more or less in the right spot? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I'm going to dig it out first. I believe I'll be able to build the building on top, if I've done that. We haven't even looked at building the roof yet, but we'll get to it. Can I do curtains over the arches? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we need 5 in that direction, 4 in this direction, and 3 either side. Gotcha. Now that should work. And then we'll take it down an extra layer. We'll just make sure that that's the right proportions first. Then we're going to drop it all an extra layer and widen it, actually. Thinking about it. Because I want this floor to sit atop like a lattice work, which is like, if you imagine it, you can imagine that it's like stonework, like a dry stone wall. Only it wouldn't be, just because of insulation and also, you know, leaking, because we're getting close to the water table here. But it would have like a stonework behind a wooden lattice in front to kind of give it depth. A nice dry stone wall is generally great for the depth anyway. You don't really need much greebling on a dry stone wall. It's naturally greebled, but I think it'll be really nice to have like a lattice work of wood around it as well. That's what I'm thinking of here. Good morning, Aavak. Hello, Blue, rather. Always get that wrong. I am Little Bite. Thank you very much for the prime there. For the 3rd month, no less. 3rd month, 2nd best month. And this is giving me a load of bale of thatch as well, which is actually quite nice. That'll be useful for a bunch of different things. Right, now let's just make sure I've got that right. I have. It is in perfect positions. Okay, now then. Next up, I'm going to want to take... Oh, actually, let me undo that. We're going to want that down by 2, because this whole area needs to be sunk down by an extra bit of level. We'll have a little stairs going up. It'll be fine. I think taking it down 2 is more than enough, honestly. I don't think we need to take it down more than that. I think this will actually look really nice. I'm certainly hopeful that it will. And later on, we'll have some... and if you're wondering why I was faffing about the distance here, we're going to have wooden banisters around those edges. The recovering physicist. Hello, mate. Thank you so much for the 12 months, a whole year. Dropping in to wish you a happy Saturday and celebrate my 12 months. Well, hello, mate. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Oh, yeah, you're going to need a ladder out, aren't you? They may have just doomed you all. But once you've got the ladder out, I can help you out. Yeah, let's pop down a little ladder so you can actually get back out. Just a little bit of something there. Once you've grabbed everything from down here, then and cleared it up, then we'll get back to the building. I just had to turn up the volume to hear over the snoring dogs. Snoring pets are incredibly cute. The ferrets snore in such a musical way. Isham has achieved a new title. Is now a prolific crafter. Well done, you. Let's go with prolific crafter then, shall we? Right. Most people are chilling out, grabbing noms, certain types of noms based on the time of day. Again, they have things they prefer based on when they're eating it, which I find really, really cute. Right, let's get rid of that. If someone could come take care of that for me right away, that would be amazing. Please don't take that down there, though. Okay. Right, okay. Now then. Let's pause this again. Now, as you can see, got some interesting effects down here. I am now going to want to try and make some stone walls with... let's go with tuna. Actually, no, the wall... Yeah, sure. And the column should be tuna. Now, this is going to be all kinds of screwy until I do this. All the way down. Just one level. Yeah. Stone on that side, I think, would be okay. Either that or... I mean, it's stone behind it already. You know what? We don't need to do that. Let's change this wall to wood. It'll be Bistra. There we go. And all the way down. And the same on this side. In fact, on all 4 sides. Kind of a pain, but there we are. And then the same here. All the way down. And now I should... Well, we'll put in the stairs first, actually. Let's make sure I've got them in the right location. We only want them 3 wide, I think, there and there. Have the fire pit in the middle. But then this, we can make look a little bit more interesting by doing that. And I think that has such a good effect on the overall look of this area. Yeah, it's such a small detail, but It makes such a difference, in my opinion. Such a small detail, but it makes such an enormous difference.